Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is James. This is my channel, Big Ol' Words. And tonight I'm going to be streaming some Eyra the Crow Maiden, which was a gift from a subscriber, Joe Cool, who sent me a bunch of stuff recently, including this and a few other kind of random things. It's got a little manual here. Oh, so I may reference this at some point during the stream. But I have never played this, so I'm excited. That's something I never say. There's often games I've kind of like maybe played a little bit, or like maybe just kind of looked at it. You know, at least I mean I've literally had this for like a couple weeks and I've never touched it, so it's pretty exciting. What's up to everybody? I see already a lot of the usual awesome deeds. We got Matt Sweeney, Benjamin Toth. Hey, what's up? Bronco Breaks, Nexus Creed, Dorlaxon, Jeff, Lucidus. Who else am I missing here? Marzimus. Okay, what's up? Nexus Creed. Jacob Moss. Radical Retro Gamer Levon. You better be radical, or I'm going to take that name away from you. I mean, not me, but, you know, YouTube. Jacob Moss from England. That's what's up. Van Fernal, what's going on? And anybody else who I haven't said hi to, shout out in the comments, or don't. Chris Ray's Creepy Carnival. I did say that one, right? Maybe I was saving that for last. Let's give this a shot. I like kind of cut my finger earlier, and so right before the stream I was like, fuck it, I'll take this band-aid off. Apparently I cut myself pretty deeply, so as soon as I took it off it started bleeding, so that's going to be my excuse if I'm terrible at this game. But we'll see. Pete Sagai? Pretty good game. Usually just steal games online, but actually pay for that. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, this is probably... I'll steal just about anything, but I probably wouldn't steal something like a Homebrew just because... you know, this is obviously a labor of love. Even if these guys have made a physical copy of it, I don't think that they're probably making much money off of this. I could be wrong. Maybe they're really raking it in with Eyra the Crow Maiden. So you have... I've looked at the manual a little bit. You have like a regular attack, right? And then you have this crow attack, which I'll use here in a second, but you have limited ones. And it's kind of like got a... Whoa. It's kind of got a... What's it called? Metal Slug style save the... There we go. Alright, so it's just a coin. You can kind of fling it like Nakaru and King of Fighters. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, alright. And somewhere at the top there, you'll see there's like a little crow. Yeah. And a little Eyra. Knowing my luck, it's probably pronounced like Eyra. Something that, some way that I would have never said it, basically. So it kind of just... It doesn't really look like they're being held captive. It kind of just looks like they're turning around in shame. They've got Stockholm Syndrome. They don't want to leave. I like the colors. The it's kind of like a... Like I'm working on Isolated Warrior right now. And this is kind of like the style of the kid games is like this purple, blue, orange combo. You just need some like really dark... I mean, there's that light green. It needs like a dark green, and then it's the kid colors. Totally Rad also has this kind of color palette, which I like. I feel like any game that really utilizes like a bunch of browns and shit does not look very good. I mean, I say that. There's plenty, but like... I like the ones that went for more of like a diverse color palette, as it were. Just breezing along here, my shitty little knife. I'm really hoping there's a... And look at this thing, this is pretty terrible. It doesn't feel as bad as it looks. Like, this looks like it would be shit, but it's actually not that bad. I just realized this is the first game I won't really be able to ask you guys what I'm supposed to do. I'm so used to just asking the chat and you guys just tell me what I'm missing. So hopefully it's not really that complicated. The other game that I got that does look a little complicated is Full Quiet. And I actually like just happened to watch someone streaming it the other day, and it looked very complicated. That's definitely one way to end a screen. Yeah, she kind of has a weird, like, she walks like this. I don't really know it. It's kind of strange. Catholic Action Bible onlyist. I love it. So this is kind of what I think homebrews look like. And I know that there are other ones, like I have Micro Mages, which is really impressive. I was really psyched when I learned about it and played it. It's really good. But most of the homebrews I've seen kind of look like this. This maybe looks a little better, but all the ones I've kind of seen so far have been kind of standard action platformers. Did I miss something up there? Okay, that was an awkward jump. And I gotta save that dude again. Okay, cool. And for what I understand, that must be the easiest thing to make in like NES Maker, which if you guys don't know, is kind of like a very accessible Nintendo programming program, which is awesome. But also from what I understand, and I am not a programming lad, there's limits to what that can do. So I think like the real homebrews, the Micro Mages of the lots, maybe employ some other coding than something like NES Maker will allow. I'm not really sure. That's a little annoying. Hey, look, I got a bigger weapon for some reason. That seems awfully random. Like I've hit that same crow 3 times, and then it gave me a weapon on the 3rd try. So not exactly Castlevania logic here. Maybe a little more random than that. Jeez. Oh, and look, I lost my cool sword already. That sucks. So I died there, and that's a little, I'm just gonna say annoying. Like, the physics of that would be like, you know, if you hit a wall like that, you would, like, you see how I'm jumping? You would then move forward, but you don't. So I died because I jumped forward, and then when you get to the bottom of the platform, you would go under it. Instead, you just fall straight down. I don't know if I can make this. No, okay. Man, you sure get a lot of lives. Yep, that's pretty much what I expected. Maybe you have to hit a certain number of birds, maybe. Yeah, I feel like if I... Can I land here? That's it. Okay. Cool. This is going to be a really short stream then. What I was doing there was... you can't necessarily tell where in these things you can jump. So I thought I could jump on a lower platform, but you cannot. So looks like we have to do the entire first level again. There's no continues that I know of. So I'm going to be a little more cautious there because, yeah, if I only have that many lives to beat the entire game, then that's going to get a little tricky. Okay. There you go. I don't know if you can hear that little muffled voice sample, but it kind of sounds like thank you. I think they, on their website, they have footage of, or at least game art from the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo versions of this. So they really like the concept. They've taken it to the... Okay, you can't duck under that. They've taken it to the next level of 16 bits. Yeah. This is really hard to talk about. So, like, I'm really glad to be streaming this because I really haven't fucked around with homebrews. It's obviously part of the Nintendo library and has been for a long time, but it's not something I'm super familiar with. So I've kind of stayed away from it, and because I just don't really have a great sense of like which ones are actually worth it yet. I just didn't want to be like, yeah, kind of going hardcore. And also, it's hard to be critical of this. Like, I want to be. My natural urge is to really dissect what works and what doesn't. But it's like, damn, like, somebody just made this for fun. Granted, they have it for sale. It's not like they gave this to me for free. Someone else did, but, you know, this is obviously a labor of love. So it's like, how critical can I be? It'd be like if you just written a song, you've never played it for someone, and I just told you how many things were wrong with it. It's like, you know, that's not the point of sharing it with me. I don't know. My impression so far is it's a little clunky. It's not broken or anything, not by a long shot, but it's a little clunky. Hello to you, Dylan JB Sees It All. Is the Genesis full release? I'm not sure if is it a demo? Okay. I didn't really look too carefully on that side. Yeah, I actually did. You'll be very happy. I was like, I don't know how hard or easy this is going to be, so I did actually clean my copy of Marble Madness. So if I either get really frustrated by this or I just beat it very easily, then we'll be playing some Marble Madness for a little bit. Not for very long, though. It's not a very long game. So, and I can't really tell if I have to save these dudes. I think you're supposed to. Like, what happens if I just keep going? I don't know, this is going to be like Jungle Book where like I had to get all the diamonds. Otherwise it's going to make me go back to the beginning. Or if it's just like for points or something, in which case, who gives a shit? Like, I find this, it's a little monotonous, the level design. There's not really a lot of rhyme or reason to why or when there's platforms or where there's guys. Like, none of it's really that much harder than, and wow, that projectile really doesn't need to go that far. When it's like way the fuck off screen. Alright, let's see what happens when we get to the end. You left him behind. You suck. Oh, okay, you just keep going. No big deal. So, I don't know. Maybe there's some big bonus at the end. It seems like the birds would hurt, right? But no, they're actually like the candles in this. Yeah, it does sound like something bad happened to them. And for some reason, I can only think of, what's it called? What's that cowboy shoot-'em-up game that Konami made? You guys know what I'm talking about. And when you save the woman at the end of each level, she goes, "Thank you, nice boys." That's what that sounds like to me. It's not Sunset Riders. It sounds like an 8-bit version of "Thank you, nice boys." Oh, I think I'm out of crow juice. Is that crow juice? It is. Yeah, that's the thing is I haven't really used all my crow juice. Oh shit. That sucked. Ugh. Like starting you from the beginning of the stage, I get it, right? That's like a common trope of NES design. Make you find those guys again? That's stupid. Like, why couldn't they just stay found? Like, if I was really committed to finding everyone in the level, that means I had to do that all over again. And I'm not. And that's just annoying. What's the point of... Like, I haven't seen one opportunity where ducking mattered. Maybe there? Would it hit me? I'm not gonna find out, but... Yeah, like, I feel like if I were to review this, it would be about 2 minutes long. Because, like, even if I really had something I wanted to say... I mean, how much can you really critique this game for? God damn it, that's so annoying. Oh my god, it's so annoying. So the crow sucks. It seems like it would go at the elevation it's at, but instead goes directly in front of you. So it doesn't really accomplish that much. Because something like this means you can only really hit them if they're straight in front of you. If they're like at the elevation of the crow, which was where it'd be helpful, then you could throw the crow while staying out of danger. But most of the time, to hit them, you have to be in their line of shot, and that seems fucking stupid. Or it doesn't reach, like here. So it's like, why the fuck would I need to use it? Last week, what did we play? Vice Project Doom. It, you know, you can monetize these videos. I don't, I sometimes monetize them afterward. Like, if someone really wants to watch it afterward, sure, they can get some ad revenue or something. But, like, this time I went to look at it and it said, not suitable for, for ad revenue. So I don't know what I was saying or doing in that, stream, but it was apparently not suitable for YouTube. We'll keep this a little more PG. I'm just kidding, I won't. I don't give a fuck. Huh. I think part of the ongoing dilemma for anyone who's doing anything with YouTube is like whether to use... Oh my god, it's so fucking lame. Whether to use bad words or not, you know? You see a lot more people like using the bleep button basically when they want to say fuck or shit or whatever it may be. I don't really want to do that. I'm not saying I won't, because at the end of the day, that's not the most important thing about the video, but I don't love that part of like having to censor yourself just to make sure that your video gets seen and that it's producing the revenue that, you know, potentially pays the bills. This game is not hard. Let's be very clear. It's oof. It's just yeah. How mean can I be? I don't know. Like, I don't know. They might watch this stream and be like, man, what a dick. I can't believe he's making fun of my lifelong project, because I couldn't do this. I definitely cannot. You know? And I feel a little better making fun of officially released NES games, because, you know, they got paid a lot of money for that. Well, maybe. But these guys, they're just trying. And this does look 1,000 times better than anything I would ever do, but it's a little clunky. And because you have a limited amount of lives, I'm just gonna fucking kill myself. Yeah, exactly. The fear of starting over is plenty. It makes me, yeah. Wah, 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 wah. Let's see if we can at least get to the 3rd level. So, from what I understand, there's 3 stages of 3 levels. So the other game I had to review, which hasn't come yet, is the Garbage Pail Kids game, which is, I think, the same company that made Full Quiet. So that one might be okay. I don't know. And then Full Quiet, which I haven't turned on yet. I just kind of looked at a little bit of it. I can't tell. Micro Mages was so obviously like a really interesting game that I can't really tell from looking at some of these if they're going to be any good or not. You don't like, you know, the game footage doesn't look like totally rad or something where you're like, damn, okay, what's going on here? Or like even an Isolated Warrior, which like I said, that's the video that'll be out next week. It's like you can just tell like it looks pretty awesome, even if it's maybe not the best game. Which, spoiler alert, that game is not. At least according to me, that's what I think. Some people seem to really love it. Yeah, I think my general rule for whether I will love a platformer or not is infinite lives. Or at least infinite continues. If you're gonna give me like a Castlevania or something, or Ninja Gaiden, like just give me a million tries at it and just make it hard as shit. I heard good things about the garbage pail. Cool. Yeah, this is a rental is a very good way to describe this. I don't think I would have been upset if I rented this for the weekend. I probably would have beat it. I think I would have been upset if I owned this game. And truthfully, it really does not look bad. It doesn't really control that bad. There are a couple kind of obvious issues with mostly just with the jumping. The main issue that I really see is the design. The stages are pretty boring, and then the some of the like elevation stuff with these guys is pretty annoying. It makes it so there's like not really any great way to approach them, and it really slows down the game to like have to like once I see them, it's like, all right, I gotta wait. By them, I mean those dudes who are throwing shit at you, wherever the hell they are. Those guys. And this is just a game that feels like it should be like a Castlevania or something, where you're kind of running and, you know, swatting people. It shouldn't be like, oh, let me slow down and time this perfectly. And your absolute instinct is to duck. Absolutely. That's like the very first thing you feel when you see those things. It's like, I should duck. Let me duck. But it doesn't work. You will die. Okay. Alright. Say the bricks look familiar. Would you ever be down for stream Mario Maker 2? Would be interesting to see viewer made levels. I don't have a Switch anymore. So the answer is no. I gave it to my nephew for his birthday. And he's way into it. Oddly enough, I gave him like Mario, and I think I gave him Mario Odyssey and one other game. But I had forgotten that Animal Crossing was on there, like my wife bought it. And that's the game, of course, that he played. I don't even know if he's touched Odyssey. And I gave him Breath of the Wild for Christmas. I don't know if he's really played it yet. I would love any recommendations, though, because I'll see him in a couple months. And I was thinking it'd be fun to get something like... I love those Wario games that were like on the Wii and after, where they're like kind of like weird party games. Is there one of those for the Switch now? I would love to get him something like that, where like kind of the family could play instead of just, you know, me and him or just him. You know, especially for like a family vacation, he's gonna get a lot of grief for playing video games. So it'd be fun to have something that's a little more broad, as it were. And you think, yeah, he's on vacation with me, how can he get in trouble for playing video games? But I don't really play games on vacation anymore. Not with my family. They're much more like book readers and board gamers. Whee! You guys who watch the stream pretty often, is it weird to watch a game you've never really seen before? I feel like every time I stream, all the guys who are on here all the time like know everything about all the games. They know where everything is, and they know the history of it, and all the other related games, but like, what does anybody know about Eyra the Crow Maiden? I can't, I already forgot the name of the company that made it. Oof. Well done. 1-3 is clear. Push start to go to the next stage. Level? Okay. Okay. Let's get this pattern down. Okay, it just kind of runs back and forth. That didn't even hit him. Okay, that did. There you go. It seemed hard at first. You got an extra heart. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, your weapon gets downgraded as you get hit. Okay. Yeah, I think if the weapons followed... Ooh, okay, double hits. If the weapons followed like the Castlevania approach, where like you just knew you were going to get an upgrade, that'd be fine, but it really is random, so it's kind of annoying. You play most of the game without these upgrades, or you just have them the whole time. So when you lose them, you're like, well, where'd it go? Like, this is just an awkward programming choice where, like, the projectile from that guy who's well off screen is still coming. You don't see that very often. The other thing I noticed is, like, that coin there will not disappear. Another just thing you don't see in, especially in 8-bit games, is like, I don't know if it's the memory that makes it so that coins usually disappear. Like, they can't have it sitting on screen forever, but you don't see that very often. In the same way you don't see a projectile keep going after that person's left the screen. Okay. I was just thinking this game would be a lot cooler if suddenly I had a skateboard like in Adventure Island. Which is funny because I always hate the skateboarding sections of Adventure Island. They're so much harder, but that would be really funny right now. Just to see her like put on a helmet and start skateboarding. Okay, so those snake dudes took 2 hits before, but the axe killed them in 1. That's cool. Good to know. So it's not just range, it's also stronger. Because everything so far has been a 1-hit kill. And out of crow juice. Okay, so I wasn't the only one Do you support Save the Colon on Kickstarter Day? I don't know what that is. What's up, Satoshi Matrix? What's going on? I'm not familiar. Is it a... what system? I'm assuming it's a game, but what system is it for? In spirit, I support all these things. In money, not so much. Is that the boss from the last level? Yeah, I think it is. Again, I think it's amazing. Like, I could never do this. I mean, maybe I could, but I'm not going to do this. And so I really respect this kind of thing, that people are making these and that they're getting support for it and selling them, you know, because I can't imagine at the end of the day they're really taking home a lot of, you know, financial return from that. Not that that's everything, but like, you know, this is a lot of work, so I think it's amazing. I just can't really tell. There was another one recently called Alwa's Awakening. I'm sure you guys might have heard this one. And I thought that one looked pretty cool, I guess. Like I said, I can't really tell. Maybe it's cool. Like on the surface it looks cool, but all these kind of look cool on the surface. It's really... Oh, that one takes 3 hits now. It's really when you play it that you get a better sense of how solid the programming is and design is. And in this case, on the surface, I would say, yeah, it looks all right. Sprite looks pretty good. She kind of awkwardly walks with her arms up, but looks good. But there's stuff like this. I would have, oh God. I would have assumed you could walk through that wall. Oh, he came back and killed me. Cool. Damn it, this is my last life. I don't want to play this again. Maybe I'll start back at the beginning of stage 1 or stage 2 here. Maybe it won't take me all the way back to the beginning of the game. Damn, this regular weapon sucks. Like at this very first crow there, which I didn't get, that should be the weapon upgrade. That would be the logical progression. But because it's random, it's like, okay, so I'm just gonna go through all this level with the shittiest weapon and hope that I just happen to get the sword upgrade. Or that's frustrating too. So I thought I could jump through that tower. Alwa's Awakening is a buy, yeah. Orange Island. That sounds familiar. I've seen some interesting games, like there was one that was like a Game Boy game and it was about fishing, but it was also like a horror story. I don't know if you guys know about that. Zelda style game. Okay, cool. Cool. Then I will check out that. In comparison, yeah. Again, it's just very hard to it's very hard to criticize. And I really I love criticizing. I don't, but I mean it's like it's second nature, especially now. It's like all I do, so it's like really hard for me not to immediately go into what I see that's wrong, but in this case, it's that these enemies are super annoying and end up whittling down your health for no good reason other than just you didn't quite see them off the screen and then they put you in a situation you couldn't really avoid. Or certain places where I thought I was jumping through something and turns out I wasn't. That's pretty annoying. Like here, I guess you could tell you would go to the right here. I think when I first played this, I thought you could jump up and over there, but you can't. That will not work. See if we can blaze through this here. Of course, I haven't been trying at all to save these hostages, so it's not like I've been slowing down for any reason. This is about the pace you can go. and Eyra the Crowman. Maybe next time I will pick... I don't know, Full Quiet looks like it's a full fucking game, but maybe next time I'll play a couple of these in case this is what it's like. I do like the music. It's pretty jamming. (16:24) sprites are very hard to make a good jumping sprite. That's an interesting point. I hadn't really thought about that. I was thinking of like the Barbie sprite, which is a gigantic sprite, and how awkward it is. Or like Worm Journey to the Center of the Earth has a Barbie-sized sprite at certain points, and yeah, she is very awkward to maneuver. I think I wanted to go up there, but now I can't go back. Cool. And you can't make that jump. So that's cool. Fuck me. This better not. That sucks donkey balls. Okay. Whew, okay. Last time I tried that, I did not make it. I don't know about... Okay. Whew. That would have been very, very irritating for all the wrong reasons. Alright, I need a wall meat. Or in this case, a crow meat? That's fucking gross. So your best friend is a crow, and then you kill crows for meat? Seems kind of fucked up. Who the fuck is that? No. Kind of sucks too, because I wanted to play this beforehand, but I was like, I think it'll be fun to play it kind of fresh, you know. Then it'll be like a new experience for everybody. But now I'm kind of wishing I had played it beforehand, so I could have known that there weren't any continues. It would have changed my whether I would have streamed it or not, or at least how long I would have planned to stream it for. And in this case, I'll give it, you know, I'll give it a couple tries here, but not a lot of tries. Got a shitload of crow juice. Ready to blast somebody. Come on, dude. Yawn! How do you explain bad level? Like, it's just that there's not enough challenge to most of these jumps. So you're kind of wondering, like, why is this stage still going on? It doesn't feel like you're building up to anything. And when you play something like Mario 3, each level feels very purposeful in like what they want you to do and how they want you to approach it. And this is just kind of, it just feels random. It feels like I'm playing Metal Mech or something. Like I could... What? That's exactly what I mean. Why make the distance of the crow so shitty that I couldn't even hit that stupid person directly in front of it? the meta tiles are simpler, yeah. Really? I erroneously thought that you would get your health back when you got to the next level. Can you explain meta titles for me, Satoshi? Like, are you just describing tiles, like the tiles that comprise the sprites in the backgrounds? Sam V, if you're asking me, one of my favorite shows. Right now I'm watching Last of Us. That's really about it. My wife and I are watching it. And then, one of my favorite shows of all time, you know, the usual stuff. The Wire is my favorite show, probably. You know, the first few seasons of The Simpsons. I'm a big sketch comedy guy, so like Mr. Show and The State, Kids in the Hall. There's one a few years ago called The Birthday Boys that Bob Odenkirk was also loosely involved with. Pretty much anything that's on HBO or FX these days. I really liked Reservation Dogs on FX, Atlanta. Bunch of stuff. Pretty much anything that goes for classy, or the stuff on FX I feel like can be a little more out there, which I like what's it called? Legion and Fargo were both pretty interesting. I don't think I ever finished Legion. I really liked it, but I think I tried to jump back into it and I couldn't remember anything about it, which has happened a few times. Like, I really liked Dark, but my wife and I watched the first season. We were really into it, and then we started watching the second season. I could not remember what was happening, so she didn't, but I watched the first season over again, and then so then I had to explain who everybody was each time we went through it. If you haven't watched Dark, it's super complicated. And then when the third season came out, I was lost again. And I was like, no, I refuse. I'm not watching 2 seasons again. It shouldn't be that obtuse. Like, if Lost is more coherent than Dark, then yeah, you lost me. The Doughboys? Oh, okay. I haven't heard about that. So all the graphics are tile-based, are 2-element sprites, which are anything that can move in the background. Yep. Sprites are 8x8 or 8x16. Okay. I think I would probably understand that better if I was looking at like a grid right now instead of just this random screen. I think too, just a lot of the mechanics are really annoying. The weapon downgrade sucks. The health carrying over from level to level, but then like the health upgrades are totally random. The projectiles leaving the screen, that fucking blows. Is this where I died before? It is. How the hell am I gonna do that? And if I drop down, what would happen? Okay, now what? Okay, pulled it off. It's a little awkward, but I got it. Like, you know, when you play Castlevania, if you don't need anything, the candles just seem kind of unnecessary. That's what this feels like all the time. Like, I do kind of want some crow juice because that can be kind of useful at times, but it doesn't feel like it appears with any kind of regularity. So then it like does not inspire me at all to try and find it. There you go. Okay. Gotta say, my injured thumb is actually holding up pretty well. Because I think I use like the base of my thumb, not really the tip of my thumb. Just the tip. I'm kind of impressed how long these levels are. I keep thinking they're going to be over, and they just keep going. Whew! That transition between levels where nothing happens. No, like, points being tallied or, like, black screen. It's just, like, a little bit of text at the top of the screen. Again, I don't know anything about the programming, so that might be really complicated, but I can't imagine it would be that complicated. It just feels weird, like you don't see that in any Nintendo game where the game just ends. Oh my god. That sucks. Please give me a better weapon. Any day now. Oof. And I died. Cool. I have not seen a 1-up. Hold on. Let's see. Pull up the manual. No, there's no 1-up item. There's crow food, meat, coins, and the weapons. But it doesn't say anything about if coins give you any kind of extra. So Toshi, I'm glad I asked you a really complicated question. I haven't really read any of your comments. So thank you for explaining that. I'll try and search back through the feed and try and remember what I asked you or when I asked you. Jesus. Like, doesn't that look like a platform right there? But it's actually just the bottom of the tree. I hit something? God damn it. Like, what? You see what I mean? Why was there a meat there? That's the very first thing you would encounter. And it's not there every time. So it's like, why not just assign them permanent, positions? Again, I apologize if the people who developed this are watching, because they're probably like, well, you're just playing it wrong. Or like, I made this in my garage with my friend. Please go easy. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick. I really do appreciate your efforts, but, yeah. So, okay, so right here, that platform he's standing on, can I jump underneath him or will I fall to my death? What do you think? I'm gonna guess that I'm gonna fall to my death. Oh boy. Okay. Nope. And that's what happens when you have kind of unclear platforming. Is like I just don't know what I can and can't do. Not all my deaths, but many of my deaths so far have just been like, oh, I thought I could jump there. Oh, I thought if I jumped that way I would land there. And that has not happened. These things are fucking so... Oh, it's so cheap. You can't avoid them, especially with the shitty weapon, which is what I have now. You can't avoid them at all. Okay, here's the boss. This looks cool. Nope. I keep shooting that stupid thing on accident. Alright, I'm out of crow juice, and I got one hit. And no more lives. That's not good. Okay, you can't jump up here for some reason. I'm trying to be very cautious. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Okay. Doing great. A little bored. This fucking tagger is so shitty. How many fucking times do I have to hit him? Come on. Yeah, exactly. Why can't I jump? You can use the crow to hover. Okay. That's okay. You introduced the most interesting aspect of the game right at the end. Look at this. It almost makes sense. Okay. A lot of snakes. If you can't tell, the snakes are more trouble than they're worth because of how shitty her weapon is. They're just a little too hard to avoid. Jesus Christ. Is that it? Cool. Guys, we're gonna play something else. This sucks. Is this a pirate game? Yeah, might as well be. Yeah, I think that's it. I wish I had something more fun to play with Moral Madness, but that's what we're going to play. Oh. I mean, I wasn't that far from the end. So, like, I feel like I could have stuck with that and I would have beat it. But I really found the levels to be so boring that I don't want to do that. It's not like the other night I played Vice Project Doom, and that last level is hard as fuck. And I must have played it 100 times. But even though it was really hard, it was really fun. It was obviously very well designed, and once you learn it, then you get excited because you're like figuring it out. But in Eyra, I didn't feel like anything was exciting about that. Even when I like had the level memorized, I just wanted it to be over. You have to save all the warriors to get an ending. Yeah, fuck that. Can't remember which one I like if it's 90. So, I used to be pretty good at this. We'll see how I do. This is a game I actually really preferred to play 2-player. Oops. Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. Because you can kind of give yourself time by beating them, if that makes sense. So then it becomes easier for one person to beat it. 2 people, not so much. It's not technically a co-op game. You're not really on the same team. Has anybody not played Marble Madness before? It's pretty fascinating if you've never played it. It has kind of awkward controls. You really have to get used to it, but it's pretty amazing. Cool, there was a Nintendo Power that explains how sprites are made. I am just not someone who's very good with a lot of the technical stuff. So, very often when I make reviews, people chime in with comments that are explaining things about, like the Game Boy thing I made recently. A lot of people were chiming in to tell me how the Game Boy games couldn't work on the NES and like all the things about their mappers and stuff. Dude, I don't know what that stuff is. Like, I'm literally just pointing out that, like, if you look at Indiana Jones here and you look at Indiana Jones here, it's the same fucking Indiana Jones. Whether that's, like, technically perfect, I don't care. I don't care whether that meant that they had to use an entirely different system or programming language. Like, I'm just saying that they very clearly did not... I'm really talking more about the art design. They clearly did not put any more thought into how it would look or play. Oh, God. I don't know why they programmed the marble to scream. It's like when they go to Itchy and Scratchy Land and they take, like, they're like repairing the robots and they scream. He's like, why did we program them to scream? I hate when they do that. Why was I programmed to feel pain? Oh, come on. I'm gonna blame this on the thumb, why I'm falling off right here. Oh. Yeah, give me a little extra time there. Right before I get blasted off. Man, I never struggled with this section. What's going on? You dirty bastard. That sucked. Yeah, thank you. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't think I can make any video now without someone chiming in to tell me a very specific thing that the game froze. Yay! Cool. Let's see what else we got around here. That's the first time that the NES is frozen while I've been streaming. Pretty funny. But yeah, it's just funny. It's just, I've kind of mentioned a little bit, but yeah, like just the haterism that comes out as videos get more popular is pretty funny, and I really don't take it seriously. By the way, we're playing Isolated Warrior. I've been working on a video of it, so I thought it'd be interesting to, like, I didn't think about it at all, actually. But since Marble Madness isn't working and Eyra, the Crow Maiden, sucks donkey balls, we're going to switch over to Isolated Warrior. But I've been playing it non-stop to make this video. But very, very, very much cheating my way through it. Because it's very difficult. Using save states. I think I've mentioned it before, but I use emulation to record everything. So there was like I saw a video. Oh man, that was the other thing. As soon as I finished the video, it's like rendering now. As soon as I finished the video, I like kind of just Googled Isolated Warrior because I try not to watch anybody's reviews or anything, you know, until I've finished, because I just don't want. If I point out something, it's completely accidental if someone else has already talked about it. So I don't really want to be influenced by something ahead of time. And somebody had posted all the secrets of Isolated Warrior, and I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. There's like all these like secret paths with like new levels and cutscenes. Like, it looks so cool. I might have to go back and get some just so I can use the images somewhere else, but it's really neat. I had no idea. Shit. Hey! Something should pop up here. But I see you, Nexus Creed. Thank you. So, Isolated Warrior is unfortunately, it's a shooter. It doesn't look like a shooter, and it doesn't always play like a shooter. Man, I don't know how far I'm gonna get here. It's so hard. It's like, so something I talk about in the video is like, it absolutely has that you're fucked if you die style of like you lose all your attacks. You have two different attacks. One is like a more straight laser shot, and then one's more like a spread. But if you die, you lose whichever one you're holding at the time. So, and those little L's and W's, one stands for laser. Technically, it's called focused. And then the W stands for spread. I don't know why. But like here, you really want to use this laser or these awesome bombs. If you jump and then press A again, you do this bomb attack. It's so satisfying. Unfortunately, you have limited bombs, so you can't do that all day, but it's super fun. This game was made by Kid, who are like, they're probably my favorite discount developer for the NES. And I say discount, they made a lot of really good, if not really great games. Like, I would say Kickmaster is probably their best game. I don't know if that ever popped up. Nexus Creed, thank you so much. And thank you for saying take my money. I don't know if that actually popped up on the screen, but I really appreciate it. It does have a lot of Zen feel to it, even though this game actually, I think, came out a few years before Zen. Your best strategy, in my opinion, is to, if you die, is to kill yourself. Just like here, it's not worth. You really have to start the game, start the level with full shot, and if you don't have it, you have to get it really quickly, because this game is no joke, and not having full like weapon is so fucking difficult. God, it's so hard. The third level, which is like maybe not the hardest to navigate, but is very, very difficult if you have just this shitty weapon. Oof. It actually hurts to switch weapons because I have to press select with my injured thumb. That's so sad. It was like, I swear it was right there. There's like a secret, but I didn't get it. And it's a shame because I really do like a lot about this game. It really has a lot of excellent qualities to it. So it's a little different than talking about Eyra the Crow Maiden. And yes, this would be considered isometric, the 3/4 view. Let me tell you though, it ain't no Solstice. Ugh. Like these things with like a square. You don't have enough, with your gun, you don't have enough power to shoot them on the front end. So then they get behind you and then they follow you. So if you don't have this weapon, you practically cannot kill them. Let's see if I can get this boss this time. Oh, and just like Silver Surfer, all the sides kill you. Yeah. Fun times. So you might not see me get very far here. I would not say I beat this game. I would say through a collection of various save states and Game Genie codes, I was able to get to the end, but with a ton of help. Absolutely would not take credit and say I beat this game. As you can see, I'm struggling to beat the very first level. It is no joke. I did mention several games, though, that I like a little better. And a lot of the kid games I've kind of forgotten about. Like I've been wanting to make a review of Mindle Palace for a while, which is another kid game, but I kind of just forgot about it. And then Rockin' Ball is one I don't even remember playing once, so... because it's a pinball game, but that's a kid title. There you go. Let's take a pause here for a second. Are you sure? Okay. I was pretty sure it was Kid. It is a weird one. It doesn't feel like the rest of their games, but I just use NES Guide for everything, you know, and they have it as Mindle Palace, so they have it as a Kid. That's why I went with that. Oh well, I'm gonna be wrong about that one. But that game rules. There it is. Okay, look. Yeah! Yeah! Look at that. There's like a dead body next to me. I got full power. Oh shit, look at that! Yeah, I wish I had known about that. So literally I watched a video right after I finished it, and this is what it showed. Is that there's like all these weird secret rooms that I didn't know about. That's so awesome. That would have been very helpful. Oh, it gets you both of them at full. Sweet. Let's fucking go. I'm getting jacked. Getting isometrically jacked. Alright, never mind. This game got way easier now. Out of bombs. That's how it kills itself. It just shoots parts of you at itself. That's pretty random. Man, wish I had known that. Yeah, right? That's probably something I need to put in the video. I can't remember what the last one I made was that had severe flashing. I can't remember what it was. Oh, fucking Cryon Conquest, that piece of shit. All the bosses have that insane flashing screen, and yeah, I probably should have put some kind of epilepsy warning at the beginning. I tried to like avoid it by slowing down the footage so it wouldn't flash as heavily, but yeah, it's insane. I know it's like, you know, before the time that Pokemon episode made everyone understand that flashing lights cause epileptic seizures, but yeah, it's pretty horrendous. Sweet. This does require quite a bit of focus, so I apologize if I'm getting really quiet. It's pretty intense. Nope, that's not as good. Need to get my W levels up. Need to get that vitamin dub. So I can get a little more spread action in here. There we go. W, like it. Only up to 7. It's not gonna do it. This is a really rad boss. Check this dude out. Like, what the fuck is that? It's so awesome looking. It's so awesome. Damn, dude. Well, Chris, I sincerely hope I do not cause anyone to have epilepsy. Hey, Short Story Slam, what's going on? And anybody else I haven't said hi to. Sorry we're not playing Eyra the Crow Maiden, but it fucking blows. So, sorry. I'm being so mean to this game. So I switched to Isolated Warrior now. Played a little bit of Marble Madness until it froze. Now I've moved on to Isolated Warrior, which I, spoiler alert, am reviewing this week. So I thought, you know what, screw it. The thing I've really realized in the past couple of years is I don't really play these games at all. I do, obviously, because I need the footage, but I like just don't. I don't get to enjoy them. Like it really is like grinding, for lack of a better word. It just has to be done. So this game, for instance, I mean, I got footage of every level I needed. I got what I was looking for, but I did not enjoy playing it at all. It was definitely very difficult. I'm actually enjoying it now, only because I actually found that weird hidden level that made this game shitloads easier. If you kind of hold A, you do this cool somersault. It's not really like super useful, but it's really fun. Like, whee! Something I talk about in the review. I mean, there's lots I'll talk about in the review. I'm not going to spoil too much of that, but it looks like you can kind of jump forward, but there's kind of like an invisible barrier right about there on the screen, right where I am, that keeps you from jumping any further. I think it probably has something to do with the way the screen has to load. But unfortunately, it does not allow you to. That's weird. To jump, and so there's plenty of times where you think you can kind of make a jump, but you absolutely cannot. You will die. This is a rad wavy bridge here. Let me tell you, this game is 1,000 times easier when you have full power-ups. 1,000 times easier. I can't explain how much I'm blazing through this right now, and how impossibly difficult this stage in particular is with your, like, vanilla starter weapon. Oops. The floor here is kind of some kind of hot lava, so... Look out. Alright, hold on. This is the best part. Isolated Warrior is close to $100. Damn, that's pretty lame. Look at this thing. Look at this thing! That is so cool. You're about to get bombed though, foo. Uh-oh. Oof. That was close. I almost died. I mean, that shit's amazing. That is amazing. Look out. He's got a motorcycle. Yeah. This is probably as far as I'll get. And it's because the last boss is impossible. Impossible. I'm switching to the spread weapon, which is, I think, less effective than the laser. Because if I die, I don't want to lose the laser. If you die, whatever weapon you're holding is the one you lose. Well, it's looking pretty effective right now. There we go. See, now it's back to shitty. Uh-oh. Whew! This is intense! Oh, that was a mistake. Now I got my shitty weapon. Now I'm boned. This boss is not going to be beatable. Fuck me. Oh, come on! I jumped. Come on. Fuck me. Boo! Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be so hard. And yeah, this is my main criticism of this game. Is that it's very hard, but it's the reason it's hard is that if you have level 1 weapons, it's way too difficult. It's way too difficult. Some of these things take multiple hits, and you're in this viewpoint, like it's really hard to accurately judge whether you're gonna hit something or not. Like those things take multiple hits, so at this speed I cannot physically kill them with this weapon. It's impossible. So then it's like, so I just have to avoid everything until I get all the upgrades. So I have to be perfect until I get all the upgrades. That sucks. And you cannot get to the last level if you die even once. Not kidding. I'll get to level 6 and it won't let me go any further. So yeah, this might be about as far as I can get. When I was making the video, I skipped this. I mean, I played it and I tried to beat the boss maybe 20 times, but I just gave up. It's way too hard. Too hard to, like, kill him, and he has, like, 1,000,000 hit points, while also not flying off the side. It just requires way too much concentration. But let's see if we can get back to him. And if not, it's all good. After my last few streams that went a bit longer than I was planning, I'm kind of okay to be doing one that's maybe a little less involved here. Although I love hanging out with you guys, but yeah, the last couple was. It's hard to say playing video games is draining, but like it is kind of draining sometimes. I almost think if I knew where the secret levels were, I bet I could stream this and beat it. Because you saw how much finding that one secret level at the very beginning, I mean, I got through 3 stages without dying, basically, just because of that one stage. Like that, it helped immensely. Come on. I don't know why it feels like the edge of the jump is not where it should be, but I keep falling where I don't think I'm going to. Okay, that's a little better. Huh! It's also been a while since I've played a game. I don't know what other title does this, but do you ever play games where the screen is moving the whole time, and then when you look away, the like everything else is just moving? It's such a weird effect. Like, hold on. It's not really happening right now. It definitely happened to me while playing this game on one of these levels where, like, just something about the way it was scrolling. Once I looked away, it felt like I was tripping. Yeesh. Alright. I'm just dicking around here. I could probably play one more game here and just, I don't know, just play something. What do you guys want to see? Yeah, finally those shrooms kicked in. Burger time. I love it. I would love to play Faxanadu. I'm not going to play that right now, though. Kid Icarus. You know what? I bet we could... Ooh. Nah. Oof. That's a tough one. Yeah, that's what we're going to play. Oh. Oh. I do actually love, I mean, I would like to play Kid Icarus on a stream, although I struggle to get past the first level. But we're going to play a little Kickle Cubicle. Which I don't remember. Okay. That's it. That's the game. You just got a copy of this game. This game is really fun. It's one of my favorite puzzle games on the NES, for sure. Oh yeah, you can like. Okay, so you can do like this. See ya. I think we want all the... Come back up here. Yeah, we want all the tasty treats. Fuck out of here. Yeah, it's a bit like Lolo, but Lolo's definitely much more of like a puzzle game. I mean, I know that this is technically a puzzle game, but have I played the original? I've not. I didn't realize this was an arcade game. I feel like this is the puzzle platforming. That's not really platforming, but the puzzle side quest from Princess Tomato and the Salad Kingdom. Okay. What was it I do? Oh, okay. I don't know if I really needed the points. I don't think it really matters. Puzzle games are definitely an acquired taste. Especially the ones like this, Fire and Ice, Solomon's Key, Adventures of Lolo. The ones that are like just 100 levels of the same thing. You gotta really love it. I would almost put Bubble Bobble in that range, because while it's definitely much more of a platformer, I mean, it's not a puzzle game in any way. There are aspects of it that kind of feel like a puzzle game, like you do have to kind of solve the riddle of certain levels. But I would almost put Bubble Bobble in that range, because while it's definitely much more of a platformer, I mean, it's not a puzzle game in any way. There are aspects of it that kind of feel like a puzzle game, like you do have to kind of solve the riddle of certain levels. But I would almost put Bubble Bobble in that range, because while it's definitely much more of a platformer, I mean, it's not a puzzle game in any way. There are aspects of it that kind of feel like a puzzle game, like you do have to kind of solve the riddle of certain levels. And it does kind of go on forever. That wasn't very helpful. Drug Pusher Mario? Oh, you're talking about Dr. Mario. Those are very different, like the drop style puzzle game. Like Hatris or something. Those I feel like are like almost more on instinct. I don't think I knew that was gonna happen. I'm not sure I've played it this far. I really don't know. So if I go like that, okay, that's pretty cool. What if I just do that? We'll just go back and forth. Whoa, that was tight. Nexus Creator, are you saying that this reminds you of Star Tropics, or? Okay. Like, I guess... Oh, shit! Who told this chicken he could kick my ice? Yeah, I think this is probably about as far as I got. What am I drinking? I'm drinking root beer. These tiny cans of root beer, too. I don't know why I got these instead of regular ones, but... they are okay. Almost there. Sweet. Todd, you did not mention... I played the Eyra, and I got to the 3rd stage, but I gotta say, I only played it for, I don't even know if that was an entire hour I was playing that game. I didn't enjoy it. Oh, okay. This is like half the gameplay of puzzle games is like figuring out what the mechanics are by dying. Is it 99 levels? Holy shit. Okay. Damn it. I don't have a lot to compare Eyra to. So, I can't really say if it was like, for a homebrew, if it was like good or bad. For my own enjoyment, I did not like it. I thought it was pretty crappy, but I feel like that's probably a little harsh for a homebrew. So Satoshi may be right. Maybe it's like a 6 out of 10 for a homebrew. Oh yeah, the Mega Drive version's better. If you say so. I thought I could tell they put a lot of thought into the art and making it as horny as possible. And then I feel like the sprite I saw for the the Genesis Mega Drive version didn't look quite as interesting as even the NES one. But that's just me. So this seems awfully unnecessary that you would have to do. Like, what happens here? Yeah. Like, do I have to build a bridge all the fucking way over here? Huh, that seems really annoying. No. One of you come over here. This seems like a lot of work. And now what? What the fuck do I do? Okay. For anyone just popping in, we are not playing Eyra the Crow Maiden. We are playing Kickle Cubicle now. We played a little Isolated Warrior. Played a little bit of Marble Madness before it froze on me. If you guys haven't seen Satoshi Matrix's website, which is probably pretty outdated at this point. I don't mean outdated like it's not relevant, but like I don't know when you last updated it, but it feels like it was probably 10 years ago. He did a top 100 NES games list, and I really liked it because it had a bunch of random stuff on it that I would never have thought of to include. Stuff like Bioforce Ape, which was never finished. A lot of Japanese stuff, unlicensed stuff. You know, stuff that had English translations. You know, things I wouldn't, as kind of a purist about collecting, I don't really consider. Not that they're not part of the library, they are, just not really part of the NES. They're really like its own thing. But I would have been interested to know what you would have thought of games like this. Oh, that's why. I'm so stupid. You can walk through these. I don't know. You just can't place a block on them. Okay. Yeah, I would have been interested to see. I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't have included Eyra the Crow Maiden in any kind of best list, but like, what about Micro Mages? Like, would that be good enough to make a top 100? Because I was really impressed by it. More than I have been with pretty much any game I've discovered that was like an official release, you know? Yeah, the Famicom's the NES. I feel like that's a very modern, and by modern I mean like 20-year-old perspective. My perspective is in many ways stuck in the what was available in the North America. So I don't, it's not that I don't consider the Famicom the NES, it obviously is, but I don't consider games that were only released in Japan as part of the NES library, because they just aren't. They are not part of this thing that's over here, this collection of games. Nice. And that's kind of something I struggle with my channel is, yeah, anytime I talk about any, especially broader topic, people inevitably bring up not just the Famicom, but like, why aren't I talking about, you know, homebrews and English translations and all this stuff when talking about the NES library? And it's because my perspective is as someone who grew up with this system and who collected for the system. So I look at the, like, you know, 600 odd games that were released as the system as the NES library. But then I've started to broaden my perspective to include stuff like the PAL library, and definitely the Famicom. It's just like it's its own beast once you start going that route. And it's like I think in that list, Satoshi included Final Fantasy III. Is that right? But that was way before it was like, you know, they had re-released it or something. So the only way you could play that, unless you spoke Japanese, was to have the English translation. And that's what I mean. Like, that's why it's not part of the library, is because, like, at the time, there was absolutely no way you could have played it. Even if you could have gotten a copy back from Japan, how the fuck would you know what to do? Come on. I'm almost done with this level. Yeah, and you will miss some good games. That's for sure. DS in 2007. There you go. Okay. Alright. Nice. Chicken does the work for you. I mean, I am afraid to play games in Japanese. Like, Lagrange Point, for instance, and that might have been a game you talked about. That game looks fucking awesome. But I'm not going to play that in Japanese. That's ridiculous. Or Sweet Home? Fuck no. Fuck no. And you may be someone who's either, you know, just maybe more interested in the language, and so is able to maybe pick up some of that, or maybe you've just kind of learned enough from playing them to understand what the options look like, so that when you get to like a start screen, for instance, you know which one to pick to start the game. But yeah, I don't really have any adeptness with it. There are plenty of yes for playing. I still miss my weird stuff like Space Hunter or Gunhead. Isn't Gunhead Vice Project Doom? Or am I thinking of something else? I think, right? I just posted a picture of it when I streamed it the other day, so I thought it was. But maybe I'm crazy. Trial and error. I mean, because if you're playing it in English, even if you don't know what you're doing necessarily, you at least potentially can understand the concept of it. If I played Castlevania 2 in Japanese, it might be just as confusing as it is in English, but most games, yeah, you're going to have some extra context just because it's in the language that you speak. For instance, one of the PAL games I have is only in German. Banana Prince. And that game is really fun. And you don't need to know German to play it until they have these large sections where you have to answer trivia in German. And you cannot, I mean, you can't really skip it. So it's like, all right, well, that's the end of that chapter. I guess I think all I did was I just looked up what the answers were. It was that simple, but that's not fun. Reluctant Hero, what's going on? Yeah, this game rules. It's very simple. I don't know how exciting this is for you guys to watch, but it's very, especially considering the last few streams, I haven't intentionally been picking difficult games. I think several of them, like Vice Project Doom and even Castlevania 4, I think I felt pretty confident about and didn't really think I would struggle with as much as I did, but I did. So it's kind of nice to just be playing something where I don't really have to think quite as hard. I don't have to stress quite as hard, that's for sure. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my point. There's plenty of stuff, like Holy Diver or something you could play without knowing any Japanese. But I'm not gonna play Mother. I have Mother. I had the Famicom version of it, along with like one of the Dragon's Quest. I can't remember which one, 3 maybe. And like I'm never going to play those, never. Easygoing visuals and relevant conversation. Great stream. Thanks, man. Yeah, tell me what you think of it. I've had a lot of people recommend Octopath Traveler. It looks, I'm sure it's great. Unfortunately, I just find I have less and less time to play games these days, which blows. So here, I think I need to, yeah. Okay. Save you for later. Like, I bought Persona 5 Strikers. I'm wearing a Persona 5 shirt that my wife gave me for Valentine's Day, which was pretty funny. Because I really appreciated the gesture, but I was like, to her, I was like, I'm never going to wear this in public. I'm so sorry. Like, that's cool. I love that game, but like, I'm not enough of a fan that I want to go wear this to the gym or something. But I got Persona 5 Strikers, which I have no idea how it is. I really loved Persona 5, so I was wanting to play it, but I got that like 2 months ago. I haven't even attempted to play it once. Just all of my free time is exactly what we're doing right now. All of it. And I still play soccer a little bit. I still get out and do some stuff with my friends. But then when I do, like last weekend, I saw a lot of my friends, which is awesome. And my family too. But because of that, I got way behind on video stuff. I actually finished that, what was the last review? Thrilla's Safari. Oops. I finished that review Monday night to come out on Tuesday, and that's very unusual for me. It's like, I usually can get it done by Thursday or Friday if I'm putting out a video that week. Hopefully sooner if I'm working on something longer. But Monday night, that's like stretching it. So it's like, this is no one's like telling me I have to do it under any kind of like timeline or anything like that. This is all me. But it's like, because I decided to spend time with my friends, then I like fucked up the time that I needed for the other thing I'm really into. It's really silly. I hate it. I wish this was just my full-time job, so that wasn't something I even had to factor in. Like, I was gonna hang out with my buddy Andy, who's come to stream a few times, and I literally didn't call him because I was in here editing and I didn't want to stop. And that's like, it's so lame, because I love that dude, and you know, I don't get to spend enough time with friends or family, so it's like, it sucks to choose doing your hobby over hanging with your friends, but until it becomes your job, that's what you have to do. Or, you know, you choose one or the other is what I'm getting at. Now what? Ugh, I gotta do a couple more of these. The puzzling can be a little tedious. That's kind of my feeling. I don't think I've ever played it this long, actually. It's pretty fun, but it gets a little tedious. Where like you have to line up 8 blocks to get what you're going for. Yeah, I can't. That's another weird thing about the about modern games is like they release so many. I can't imagine someone who collects for the Switch, like, because every indie game gets released for the Switch, so it's like, I mean, you could just endlessly collect. And I do love the like uniformity of the Switch cartridge design, or cartridge. I mean, they are cartridges, I guess, but like, I like the way the boxes look, and so I could see getting into it. But it's like, holy shit, man! Like, you buy one game that like had a limited release, and then there's like 1,000 more that you're considering after that. I'm not sure why I would need an extra man. What would the point of that be? Yeah, I feel bad for anyone trying to catch up on NES games because they have gotten really silly expensive, and I hate that. I think there's probably still, for like a few $100, you could probably get 50 excellent NES games. Maybe that's too much, too little. I don't know. It used to be that you could just get like every significant game for like $5, maybe like 20 for Contra for some reason. But now it's probably a little bit more. Was that the first world? Awesome. Ooh, man. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't think I've ever played it this far. This looks amazing. Right? Yeah, that did look like Princess Tomato. Is this a boss fight? Cool. Ugh! Get your bird ass out of here. Oh, that was easy. Yes, it did do kind of a tough thing for the retro game market. Hello! Little eggplant wizard here. Princess Pumpa. Boy. I've thought about making a video that was like the sexiest NES game characters. But like, because I'm often surprised when I see stuff like this where it's like, I never play this game. Like, I was not expecting this lady to be such a babe. But it just feels so kind of creepy to make a video like that. As much as I would love to watch a video like that, I feel like I would feel kind of creepy making a video like that. I'll think about it though. Yeah, I think I've got... Collecting has kind of stopped for me for all the reasons you guys are talking about. There are still maybe like 10 PAL exclusives that I will get at some point. Including a couple that are a little rare. The good thing about the PAL stuff is no one cares. So like while getting Mr. Gimmick was kind of hard, there's not as much competition for... What the hell am I doing here? Do I have to lure them up here? Exactly. Oh, definitely the players from volleyball. For sure. Oh, okay, hold on. With their little twerking. Yeah, I love I love the volleyball characters. They're awesome. Oops. Whoa, that was awesome. Yeah, I immediately think of like those weird characters from Vaxanity, like the key guy. When I think of like sexiest game characters for some reason, but yeah, like Francesca or from Cryon Conquest. Moby from Worm Journey to the Center of the Earth. Yeah, the key dude is the one. Marion for Double Dragon 2. That's a good one. It's like a fine line, right? Between like ironic silliness, like saying that Princess Tomato is the sexiest, or like just genuine, you know, like there's a reason I put Barbie bikini on the cover of on the thumbnail. It's like, damn, they really went for it. She's like overtly sexual. Yeah, the Dark Queen. Oh yeah, in every single female present in Illuminator Boat Duel. I fucking love that game. God, that game is so good. I don't think that made your list. What the hell am I supposed to do here, Satoshi? Oh, I see. Yeah. The Guardian from Guardian Legend. What the hell am I doing here? You can't freeze these guys. And then they just explode everywhere. Okay. What am I missing? What am I missing? The alien from Magic Darts. That I don't know about. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't think I've ever played that game. There's so many games like that that just... I see. That just fit my, like, nah, that's probably not any good. Discrimination. And it may actually be good. I really don't know. There we go. Yeah, okay, I got it now. Took me a second. Here's the list if anyone wants to take a look. I assume you may be linked to something. Did you already make a sexiest NES games character list? If so, that's awesome. Well, hello. Oh god. Okay. Hey, it's DFLJ. I haven't seen you here in a while, dude. What's going on? New job's whack. Driving a truck, huh? Okay. Like a 18-wheeler truck, or? I had one job back in college where I drove like a delivery truck, but it was for like a grocery store, just like a box truck. And I actually really liked it. I didn't really like working at the grocery store, but I actually liked driving the truck. Okay. Ooh, the line judge. Damn, there's some really good ones. The line judge from Super Spike V-Ball, yes, is a huge babe. Okay, this is feeling a little more Lolo-esque, where you have to like place barriers in front of the enemy. Wait, what's going on? Oh, I see. You're asking if you can enable a link. I don't know anything about that. I haven't seen any option to enable links, so... Everybody just Google Satoshi Matrix. I assume we can find it that way. Or just email it to me and I'll post it later. It's bigolwords@gmail.com. Alright, I think that's plenty. I gotta finish rendering this video, get it done tonight, and then tomorrow I can just kind of hang out with the family. Yeah, thanks for coming. This is a weird stream, and I think I mentioned it because my goal was like to not play Eyra the Crow Maiden ahead of time. I didn't want to feel like I already knew what was going to happen, so I wanted to go into it kind of blind, and now I regret that because I like to have a good sense of how long these things will take. So even if I had really stuck with it and beat it, I think I would have beat it by now, but like, kind of hated it, so I think I would have not done it anymore. Test link, yeah, there you go. Reluctant Hero, Give me 1 second. Reluctant Hero, thank you for the donation. There should be an alert box that says right there, and it should be saying lots of stuff right now, and I'm a little confused why it's not. But you said, recently discovered your channel and have been binge watching, listening to your work on the weekends. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. That's really awesome, man. I've been, especially, the beginning of the year was kind of tough because I had taken a break and it was kind of hard to get back into it. But right now I'm like super focused on stuff. So I really appreciate that. I hope that I've been getting, I've mentioned kind of some haterism comments because I think just a couple of the videos had more people see them. But like I've also been getting a ton of positive comments like that are like people who hadn't seen any of my videos before and are super into it. So I really appreciate you and everyone else that's been watching and is into it because it's fun. Yeah, next week, let me think about what I wanted to play. I was like, all right, I got like 6 homebrews all lined up. We're going to do it. I'm going to test them a little bit first and see how much I like them. And then we'll see what I'll be streaming. But anyway, thanks so much for being here, guys. I will have a new video on Tuesday. As always, if you're really dedicated and want to give me more support, I appreciate just any support of just being here. It doesn't have to be money. But I have a Patreon where I make lots of other stuff. And then, yeah, I'll be back streaming next Thursday. So, yeah, until next time, thanks for being here. Bye.